In a city where traditional beauty is almost defined by its uniformity, one small museum celebrates the country's counterculture. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to another edition of Borders on Budgets. On this episode, we step inside the first national rock and roll museum in St. Petersburg, Russia. Located just steps away from the busy and the prosperous Nevsky Avenue of St. Petersburg, the Rock and Roll Museum is located in this alley, where otherwise it would be out of place in this high-rent district. The Music Museum is part of the Museum of Non-Conformist Art. To put it bluntly, the building itself from the exterior is ugly, the alleyway smells of rotten garbage from the nearby restaurants, and if you didn't know any better, you could easily overlook this building within the busyness of St. Petersburg.
More than 2,000 miles all the way.
Soviet broadcast. Dictator explained us. And now our friends, workers from Liverpool, has been a hard day's night, and next day half of my class became the Beatles. But what does it mean? Where to find music? Every weekend, hundreds and hundreds Finland men came to Leningrad to drink alcohol, vodka. And they have contact with our citizens. If somebody asked to bring next time jeans, somebody asked disc. It was a board commercial.
So almost specifically, this isn't just a rock and roll museum, but a tribute to the Beatles. So what is this booklet?
This is a handmade book. In the Soviet time, it wasn't possible to buy something about rock music in the official shop. Have got the photos, very strange quality, but an example of our history.
Spanning 50 years, the museum's collection includes records, books, and guitars.
Example of very old handmade guitars. In the beginning, in the 60s, it wasn't possible to buy the guitar in the official shop. Here's an example of passion. Again, this guitar was made from one piece of the wood.
No, but nobody's ever accused me of having a musical ear, but this seems flat. How does it sound to you?
It's good sound, very good sound. And to remember me, my youth. People bring these items me. The collection grew very fast, and I need new space.
If the exterior of the building has lost its luster, the interior, though, has an artistic touch. Vladimir, how did the Museum of Non-Conformist Art begin?
30 years ago, this big building was closed to repair. Painters and rock musicians catch this big building. In the 3 years of the fighting, signed agreement between Society of Arts, city, and investor. Next step was open the Independent Art Non-Conformist Museum. There are a big collection of Soviet underground painters, really big collection. And in this building, close to 40 studios of painters and musicians. And we're still alive. В основе лежит итальянская машина, а как-то так и не очень едет. Следующая гитара под гипсом. Алиса, плакат. Зачем большим плакатом заниматься только...
While Vladimir was bestowed the Medal of Lenin back in the day, he says this honor is not as important as a recent CD he and his band have cut.
We have got this medal for CD named Revolution. Revolution, it's songs of Russian Revolution and Civil War with mix with revolution part of world rock music. Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Beatles, Rolling Stones.
How did underground music shape the culture and pave the way towards freedom in the Soviet Union?
Rock music is the music of the free inside people. When this kind of music came to the Soviet Union, this step by step changed the mind of generation, of my generation. Our country became more free. More free. It's very interesting page of Russian history. Only music changed the country, not dissidents, not Solzhenitsyn. Step by step, music changed, I repeat, changed the mind of generation. Самые новые герои.
Нет, ну вот эту книжку я возьму обязательно, да. Take it. It's real history.
If back in the day during the late 80s, during Glasnost and Perestroika, Vladimir's band was named St. Petersburg, when this city was called Leningrad, today the most popular band is called Leningrad, as the city has been renamed St. Petersburg. What is old is new again. This has been another edition of Borders on Budgets. A reminder, Borders on Budgets. Long distance hikes, slices of life, not a lot of money. From the first National Museum of Rock Music in St. Petersburg, Russia, thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Ooh! Tunnel! It's a tunnel! Oh, how neat! Woo, woo!
Order of Lenin. In the Soviet time, it was more prestige, more honor medal of the Soviet Union. But now it's nothing.
Ну там я не помню, по-моему, да, какие-то картины там были.
Did this video hit a right chord with you? Great. Help Borders on Budgets. Hit the subscribe button below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends who love music.
Это ваша группа?